Hey everyone, Mawa here. Now here we talk about cryptocurrencies and everything happening in the cryptocurrency space. So let's jump right into it. Now we've got Lido Finance, which has partnered with Neutron and Axelar. Lido Finance is not arguably, but it is the biggest stakeholder of staked Ethereum in the whole of the world. So essentially, ever since Ethereum transitioned to proof of stake, we have it has to maintain its security by the amount of Ethereum that's staked to a particular validator. Now, Lido Finance is the biggest. We know those are some of the negatives with proof of stake, because always the most stake gets concentrated in the top 3, top 5 validators, top 10 validators, that kind of thing. And that's why you see with Lido Finance, it has like $14 billion in value, and the next the next validator to it has like 3 billion and so on. So there's a huge difference. So it is the biggest stakeholder. Now, they've partnered with Neutron and Axelar. Axelar Network, what they do is bridge different assets across different ecosystems so that, for example, I'll use an example of USDC, which is a stablecoin. Now, USDC, what Axelar does is that we're going to create versions of USDCs and we're going to bridge them to the Cosmos ecosystem. We're going to bridge them to Optimism. We're going to bridge them to Polygon and many other partners that they have. And that's their main premise. They're trying to get into this whole interoperability game where you have different cryptocurrencies used on different chains to maybe you want to tap into the value of that chain. And the main thing is DeFi. So you want to have a particular token, you don't want to buy some other token, but you want to participate in all the advantages that DeFi affords you in a different ecosystem. So what these networks do is that they allow you to bridge over an asset to use it in that ecosystem. So that's the essence of this partnership. So Lido Finance, which creates something called staked Ethereum, so it will be called STETH. Now that staked Ethereum is rebased, so which means that its circulating supply keeps fluctuating based on the rewards that a delegator, the person that delegates their stake to the validator. Now, if you delegate your stake, for example, you've delegated Ethereum to a validator like Lido Finance, that Ethereum is locked up for a long time. Actually, up to today, you can't take it out. So what Lido Finance does is that they issue a liquid stake token called STETH, which stands for staked Ethereum, so that you can take advantage of DeFi and other products that are available to you in the cryptocurrency space, whilst you're also earning rewards from your staked Ethereum. So that's called liquid staking. And also ecosystems like Cosmos have platforms that are coming up that are trying to do this. So they issue, for example, you stake your Cosmos Atom token, and then you get another liquid staked atom, maybe ST atom. So as your Cosmos is staked, you can use this to participate in DeFi and so on. So what Lido Finance does is that they issue a token called STETH, staked ETH, but it is rebased. What that means is that based on the rewards that are coming out of that staked Ethereum, this circulating supply of the STETH will keep changing. So there are certain platforms that accept that STETH in its sort of fluctuating manner, in its rebased manner, and yet there are others that do not accept it. So this partnership, in essence, is to create a wrapped STETH. So you can get that STETH and wrap it through a Lido Finance smart contract, a wrapping smart contract. As soon as you wrap it, it becomes a stable currency. I mean, it still mimics the price of Ethereum in this case, but it is stable. It's not going to fluctuate in its value based on the staking rewards that the delegator, the person that gives tokens to a validator, receives. So in creating that stable currency, it's stable in the sense that it's not going to constantly fluctuate based on the rewards, but it will just fluctuate based on the price of ETH because it's mimicking the price of Ethereum. So when you create that wrapped Ethereum, you can use it in many other DeFi platforms that do not accept the STETH that keeps fluctuating based on rewards. So which means it doesn't fall under that rebased nature. It doesn't have to keep fluctuating not only in price, but also the fact that it's fluctuating based on rewards. So when you create a wrapped Ethereum, it goes through Neutron, which is a relatively a new ecosystem on the Cosmos ecosystem. That's a smart contract platform secured by the Cosmos Hub. So, you know, the Cosmos Hub, those that have been in crypto space, you understand they have these things called shared security that are trying to come up They have other interoperability frameworks, the inter-blockchain communication protocol, and so on. Tendermint, which is a consensus algorithm. But then the ecosystem in Cosmos is looking at an avenue where certain application chains can share their security from the Cosmos Hub token, which is Atom, which is the biggest. Well, Binance is the biggest, but coins in the Cosmos ecosystem that have enabled IBC, or the inter-blockchain communication protocol, Atom is the biggest. And also the fact that Atom is the first really token in the Cosmos ecosystem, and not just the first, but also to experiment different products that could be used to market. They've put themselves out there to experiment different products like the IBC and others. So Neutron is one of the first blockchains that's doing the shared security thing. So you have your Atom staked, you may have your own token, but you're sharing that security. You know, in other words, to get attacked, someone needs to attack Cosmos Atom first. So they're trying to create value and use cases for the Atom token, and the instances where they've created DeFi platforms where you can transact and choose to pay fees in the native token Neutron or in Atom. So they're trying to create all these different things to add value to the use case of Atom. But most importantly, they've now partnered with Neutron and Axelar. Axelar Network is essentially it's across over 45 blockchains. It has $2 billion in transactions and over 70 validators on the Axelar network. They have partners across many chains like Ethereum, Avalanche, Base, Optimism, Arbitrum, Polygon, Phantom, BNB. So they're tapping into, and they're looking at Aptos, and of course we can see now with their latest partnership with Lido Finance. So we have a situation where the smart contracts built that tap into the Lido Finance bridging mechanism, essentially enabling you to be able to take that wrapped Ethereum and channel it into the Cosmos ecosystem through Neutron and tap into that chain of interoperability that Axelar is already building, that sort of their reputation, their ecosystem, their technology. So we have a bridge like this, which is on Neutron, where you can connect your Cosmos wallet and your Ethereum wallet, and you can bridge that wrapped Ethereum onto the Neutron ecosystem, after which you can use it in the whole Cosmos ecosystem, which is quite interesting. But then we have also on the Osmosis DEX, which is the biggest decentralized exchange on the Cosmos ecosystem, where you can directly tap into that wrapped Ethereum and bring it onto Osmosis and use it for other things. But what I wonder is, I'm not too sure about this, is that if I wish this is how it is in the background, because that would be so cool. I wish that if you press this button to bring in your wrapped Ethereum, what happens is that it channels through Neutron, then it channels through Axelar, and then it appears on the Osmosis DEX as an asset that's ready on the Osmosis DEX. What that means is that we have a lot of backend technology, just like on the bridge that we saw here. There's a bridge also on the other side of things of Lido Finance that's enabling all of this. But then we have the bridge by the Neutron people and the technology by Axelar. So all these three technologies are working in such a way that they enable you to instantly bring one asset from the Ethereum ecosystem onto the Cosmos side without seeing a lot of the complex smart contracts and so on happening in the background. So of course, one of the ways that makes that easy is because, at least in the Cosmos side, usually the fees to interact with these different smart contracts are quite low, so making this quite possible. So that's pretty much it. If you're someone out there that wants to experiment with this, or maybe you've staked your Ethereum and you've started experimenting with liquid staking, you can take your staked Ethereum and also bridge it to ecosystems like Cosmos and see what the DeFi there affords you, which expands your reach and also your technical know-how in the cryptocurrency space. I just thought this was pretty exciting because we're seeing third-party technologies enable the emergence or that sort of interoperability framework by leveraging the technologies that exist among us different ecosystems. So it's quite exciting to see this kind of cooperation happening as opposed to unhealthy competition. We're seeing this kind of cooperation between different massive entities. It benefits the Lido people if their staked Ethereum is used in other ecosystems, because then it gets more liquidity. But also these other platforms, if they're focusing on providing more liquidity, also their tokens are more relevant because they can easily go up in value, which means they can easily secure the assets that they're trying to secure and also increase their security, because all these are staking ecosystems. But I mean, it's pretty exciting to see such developments happening, especially in the bear market, because these are the things that will take effect in the next bull market, because the market will catch up to such developments and see the value of them and what they mean for this market, which means also the final products that are going to be built in DeFi and other things that we'll see, play to earn and so on, will be drastically different from what we knew in the previous bull market. At least I hope so. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I suggest you go look into this if it interests you, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.